Hello YouTube, it's your boy Nathan coming to you to do another recap video. Today we are talking 90 Day Fiancé before the 90 Days Season 6 Episode 5 Splash. So we're just going to get right onto it. We met a new couple in this episode, so we're going to start with them. Their names are Christian and Cleo. So Christian, 30 years old from Minneapolis. I forget what he does for a living, but we've seen him get dressed up as this news anchor. I forget what he dressed up as, and he went to this like Halloween party and everything, in this nice like purple like suit and stuff or whatever. And he said he's been married before and everything, and he's dating this girl from the UK named Cleo. And we met Cleo. Cleo is 32 years old. She's a model from Italy but living in the UK. She is different than what Christian normally goes after. She revealed that she's autistic. Cleo mentioned that being autistic growing up, like she wasn't diagnosed that early. She was bullied a lot and everything. And, it was just tough for her growing up. Like she has to she met up with one of her friends, and then they were talking about the stars and people's zodiac signs and everything. And she was even talking to the producers and asking the producers what their zodiac signs are and everything, and what Christians was and everything. And even though I noticed that even though she's autistic, she is really aware of her surroundings. She said that she had to put on some kind of like invisible thing. I don't know. She doesn't do well with big crowds and socialism, basically. But anyway, Christian and Cleo. Cleo also mentioned that she is transgender. And she didn't say it at first, but when I first saw her, I never want to assume, because when you talk about transgender and everything, it's a very sensitive topic, and you have to be careful with what you say around it these days, and never want to assume until it's confirmed. Well, I had an inkling that like she was transgender, because like just the way like her voice is pretty low, and everything. But she reveals she's trans. She said she's like 9 years in her transition. Growing up, she always wanted to be a girl, basically, and everything. Now we go back to Christian, and he's meeting with his buddy, his friends, and a couple family members, and they're talking about Cleo and everything. They know that she's trans and everything, but they don't know. He doesn't want to disclose her information to them. He said he knows what he needs to know, but he doesn't want to disclose it to them. And I respect that, because again, that's a really sensitive thing, a sensitive topic. So they talked about the sex and everything. Christian revealed that he did make out with a guy in college, and he said that he wasn't for him. He's like 100% straight and everything, because they're worried about when it comes to sex, like how Christian is going to be able to do it and stuff and everything. And he was just like, he'll cross that bridge when he gets there. And then, we went back to Cleo, and she's with her friends at the store, just talking about Christian and everything, and wonder if he's going to accept her for who she is and everything. So I'm curious to see how they do. I'm pulling for them. I'm pulling for them. And I give Christian credit, because he's going after somebody autistic and trans. Like, that person, Cleo, really needs support more than anybody, because the world is a cruel place, and I give Christian a lot of credit for going after her, because because that she needs somebody like him, and I think that's amazing. So kudos to him. So yeah, that was Christian and Cleo. Welcome to the 90-Day Universe. Next couple I want to talk about is Nicola and Misha. So Misha she does make it to Israel to meet with Nicola, and they had a little nice airport moment and everything, and they go back to the hotel. They're sleeping in the same room, but it's on different beds. They're like kissing and praying and kissing, basically what they're noticing and everything. Misha brought like mad suitcases for this trip and everything. And as soon as they checked into the hotel, next thing you know, Misha just makes a complete mess out of the whole hotel room. She had all kind of clothes, all kind of shoes, and Nicola was just like, "What the heck is all of this, Misha? Like you got like 1,000 pair of shoes, 1,000 pair of pants. You don't need all of this." And she really made a complete mess. That actually is a turn off for some. I mean, I was actually kind of turned off for seeing that too, because like she had just got there and she destroyed that hotel room with all her junk and all her clothes and stuff, and gave Nicola like bad vibes. But anyway, Nicola, when they were checking into the hotel, he told the clerk like, "Hey, this is my future wife, my future bride. This ain't my bride, but it's my future bride. This and that." And she was just like, "Oh my God, TMI, too much information already, and everything." And I guess with them being part of the Catholic Church, and they had to get an annulment, something with an annulment, and they have to approve Misha to see if there's like nobody else, that she's like with anybody else, so that her and Nicola could possibly get married. And, Misha's not rushing it, obviously. Nicola wants to get married. Like right now, he's like, "I'll marry you tomorrow if I could," and everything. And of course, that's going to scare her away. But I think that Nicola is really excited because he has not been with anybody for 16 years. That kiss, that kiss was something that he's been waiting a long time for. So like I said last week with them, I'm pulling for them. I am pulling for them. But yeah, they had an interesting first night. And speaking of interesting first night, let's talk about Riley and Violet. So Riley arrives to Vietnam. Violet picks him up. In the first episode when we met Riley, they said that he does like a lot of backwards. They do like a lot of backwards sass or whatever. And they made this little bet: whoever touches each other first, the loser has to be the boss, or the winner whoever touches them first, the other person has to be the boss or something like that. It's a little weird game that they play. Well, Riley lost the game because he touched Violet first. Now Violet gets to be the boss of him or whatever. So they have their little nice airport moment. They go to the hotel. Violet mentioned that they're going to be staying in separate rooms because it's not appropriate in Vietnam to stay with another man if they're not married and stuff. So, but they came to chill out and everything. Then they got ready, and like Riley got freshened up and Violet got freshened up, and then they went to go have dinner. So they had dinner. They're in the lovey-dovey stage right now. They said this. Riley said that Violet did not look like her picture. She looked better and everything. Violet does look really good for her age. She's in her mid-40s and stuff. She looks really good for her age. I would have thought she was in her 30s. Yeah, so yeah, Violet looks really, really good for her age. So Riley and Violet, they're at the dinner table. They're talking and everything. And Riley asked Violet, "What are we doing tomorrow?" And Violet said, "You need to relax tomorrow. I got stuff for school tomorrow and everything." And Riley got upset. He's like, "I came all the way here, and tomorrow's my first full day, and I'm not going to see you." She's like, "We'll see you at dinner time," basically. He's like, "Okay," but he's still frustrated. he's still basically really frustrated about him just arriving, and then the first full day he ain't gonna see her until nighttime. So Riley be playing games now, like the PI, the private investigator thing and everything. Riley's playing a little bit of games, so but I think they both are playing games. I think like I'm not seeing the seriousness in this relationship. So we'll see how that plays out. I'm not seeing the seriousness. Next couple I'm going to talk is Amanda and Rosman. So last week I was getting really frustrated with Amanda. This is the first time, like the first episode where she didn't mention much about the kids or her ex-husband. Her and Rosman, they wake up, he's making pancakes in his underwear and everything, and talk about he makes the best pancakes in Romania and stuff. And he's making pancakes for Amanda, she eats it, whatever. Then they go out for like a little walk. They go out in this weird dimension of a town, and Amanda was like, this is like a one of the black and white movies where I feel like a vampire is gonna come out and and stuff. And she's like in Romania, so it really could happen. Little rude comment, but okay. So then Rosman starts talking to her, saying, Rosman, as we all know, he's a social media influencer. He says that he has to do like a video, some kind of music video or whatever, and he may have to kiss a girl in it. And of course, Amanda's not happy about that. She's like, I do not like the fact that you're kissing another girl and stuff and everything. And he was like, neither do I, but it's just for, the music video. So then Rosman gets a call from the music producer, and he introduces him to Amanda and everything, and then they talk about the video and stuff. And Rosman had mentioned about the kissing the girl, and the producer said, well, your relationship is pretty fresh. And so how does she feel about it? And he was speaking in Romanian, saying that Amanda is pretty jealous. And then Amanda started getting upset because they were talking about her in Romanian and stuff. And she was like, this is very rude and everything. I clearly hear my name and I don't like it. So, like I said, last week I complained a lot about Amanda. This week I'm going to complain a lot about Rosman. He needs to take this relationship a little bit more serious. I understand that he is a social media influencer and he is a good looking dude or whatever, but the kind of girl you got right now. You got a girl who just lost her husband. She's hesitant about being there and leaving her kids for a couple weeks. And you're already like all over the place talking about kissing another girl and everything. Like he needs to take this relationship a little bit more serious, because Amanda is just already not feeling it as it is. And like, don't make it worse, dude. Like, don't make it worse. So yeah, that's my take on that. Next couple is David and Sheila. So David and Sheila. David, as we know, he wasn't in last week's episode. He's deaf. He can't hear. He arrived to the Philippines. Sheila packed up her things, and her son packed up his things. His son is going to stay at Sheila's parents for a couple of days while Sheila stays at the hotel with David. Sheila arrived to the airport, and they just had like a nice little romantic meet and greet at the airport and everything. Like, David is really happy to be there. He said that she looks very beautiful. She looks better, just as good as she does in the pictures and everything. Like, his heart is melting and everything. I'm excited for David. I'm really pulling for David. I think David's a really nice guy. And as I said, I was telling somebody today that, his scenes, like, we have to really watch, because we can't get together in the bathroom or get up and go here. And Sheila talks, but Sheila's gonna have to be our communicator, because that's where you read the subtitles of his sign language and stuff. I don't know sign language, but David does a really good job with everything that he does with sign language. So kudos to him. So I'm happy for him. So yeah, they only have one scene in this episode. And the last couple I want to talk is Gino and Jasmine. So Gino and Jasmine, oh my God, they're the headache so far this season. Last week, as we know, they had that big fight over who's cooking what with cooking utensils, what we have and what we don't have. So this episode, they start off with them, Gino and Jasmine, all happy. I guess like Gino woke up in a better mood, and him and Jasmine got their groove on and stuff. And so now Jasmine's all excited, this and that. And he got her this kind of gift and everything that she liked and everything. Last season on Before the 90 Days with them, Jasmine got Gina a t-shirt saying, "I love my crazy Panamanian girlfriend," and stuff. So like Gino said that the most creative gifts are the best ones because they come from the heart. And Jasmine says, everything that she does comes from the heart and everything. So he got her some little gifts, and they exchanged the gifts and whatever, and had a little conversation. Then they go out to breakfast, and Gino decides to talk to Jasmine about a prenup. Now, they have mentioned prenups before, a little bit of last season at the last tell-all, and Jasmine is not feeling that, basically. And so in this episode, he brings up the prenup. Jasmine just loses it. She was just like, what do you expect from me? You think I'm going to take all your stuff, basically? And so, Gino, decides to, write a proposal. He's like, if Gino initiates the divorce, he said, this is the proposal will help Jasmine. If I initiate the divorce, Jasmine will get a lot of the financial burdens. And Jasmine does it, then vice versa. Jasmine did not want to hear it. She was just like, if there is a prenup, Gino, I don't want to marry you and everything. And they started screaming. She started screaming at him. He was just like, I'm not going to let you walk all over me and stuff. And so he was just like, forget about it. And then she comes back in and starts screaming. Then she tells him to pack his things. When she said pack his things, I'm like, it doesn't work like that, because he's actually paying for the apartment. He's actually the one paying for the apartment. Remember what happened last season with Mike and Amina, when Mike was paying all of Amina's bills and the apartment and everything, and they were on the same season and had to pay about that. Now the tables are turned over to Gina and Jasmine. Yeah, Jasmine saying, Gina, get out. Get out. Pack up your stuff and get out. You're a loser, this, and that. I'm going Jasmine. Then they started doing blowing low blows. She's like, oh, I'm going to go be with my ex. My ex is younger. He's better at sex than you are. Gina was like, yeah, you're the worst sex ever, this, and that. Jasmine was like, yeah, you could just go ask my ex and everything. And Gina was like, well, why don't you just be with your ex and everything? And Jazz was like, I'm not going to answer that and everything. So just a lot of low blows over a discussion over a prenup. Now, Gino, I understand why he wants a prenup, because Jasmine has been a little ruthless lately, and Jasmine's already been married. And so I think that Gino has every right to protect himself, but I don't know which Jasmine, if they get married, which Jasmine that we're going to get. Are we going to get this recent Jasmine that has been spending a lot of his money lately, or we're going to get last season's Jasmine? She thinks that he is crazy for wanting to do this. I don't, especially with how things have been lately. I think Jasmine has gotten a little bit over her head. She's got more money. She's living in that nice, luxurious apartment, and she does it. She's scaring Gino away, in my opinion. So I don't know. They're just a hot mess. I knew when season 6 came out that we were gonna see Gino and Jasmine again. So yeah, they're just a hot mess. But anyway, guys, that is the end of my review. We didn't get to see my man Tyree in this episode, so we still got one more couple left to meet. And I know, but one I know is a two girl couple. I saw the previews for the description for 2 weeks. We'll meet the final couple in 2 weeks. But we got 7 couples out of 8 this season. We got 8 couples this season. We normally just have 7, but we have 8, and we still got one more couple to meet, and that'll happen in 2 weeks. But we got to meet Christian and Cleo this week, so I'm excited for somebody put together for the new couples. Now, for some reason, I feel like Amanda and Rosvin, like, even though they're a new couple, I feel like they're already a veteran for some reason. I don't know. But I'm really pulling for Misha, Nicola, and Christian and Cleo. I'm really pulling for them. Like, I hope love prevails at the end. Riley, and same with David and Sheila. Riley and Violet, I don't know yet. I really don't know yet. And my man Tyree, yeah, we'll see. And then when we meet the new couple, we'll see there. Anyway, guys, thank you guys so much for watching. Please like and subscribe to my channel. I'll be back on tomorrow and Tuesday to do Love in Paradise. That season's almost up, and then we'll get ready for The Other Way again. So, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see y'all soon.